Welcome to my final presentation for EdTech 627. For my presentation, I have chosen Socrative. It is an app that can be obtained in the App Store for free. There's a teacher version and a student version. There's also a website, socrative.com, that acts the same as the apps. If you click on the teacher app or on the teacher icon, you set up a profile for your classroom. It kind of gives you a random room name, but it lets you change this to something more meaningful. This room name is what the students will enter on their app for the room name and to join your room. If they join your room and you don't have a quiz or a question waiting for them, this is the screen that they will see. So back on the teacher side, we'll click on the tab that has the wrench and start a quiz. Once you click on the Start Quiz icon, you will then name your quiz. Then you start adding your questions. You select the type of question that you'd like to add. Here I'm going to pick multiple choice. You enter your question and the answer choices. You can choose the number of answer choices that you want. So once you've typed your question in the choices, you click and select what the correct answer is. Then you add another question. Here we're going to try a true-false question. Again, you type your question and select the correct answer. Once you've entered all your questions, you can align the quiz to a common core standard. And there are all your choices you have there. And this is what it'll look like once you have aligned it. So to start a quiz, you click on the Home tab and then the Start Quiz icon. You will then pick the quiz that you want to start, and then it will give you some options for the pacing. There's student-paced immediate feedback, which is what I've been using. There's also student-paced student navigation, which allows them to skip questions and come back to them. The third option is the teacher-paced quiz, where the teacher can control the flow of the questions by sending them out one at a time. There are some other options you have here, some additional settings, and then you start the quiz. There is a radiating tab that will show up to let you know that you have a quiz going on. So on the student side, they enter their name and they begin the quiz. They're shown the question. They select their answer and submit and get immediate feedback on whether they got the question right or wrong. So here from the true-false question, I answered it incorrect so that we could see the feedback that they get whenever they don't get the question right. On the teacher side, you can see the immediate responses. This shows the progress of it, that the student's 100% done, or you can show the score that they made 50%. If you then would click on the green section right there where I have the arrow pointing, you will get more detailed results on how the students answered this question. Once you have finished the quiz, you go back to the wrench tab and click Reports, and you will select the quiz that you would like to get results from, and then it brings you up options for getting those reports. You can go back, also use that to go back, but then the results there, you can choose how you want to get them, email, download from an Excel. So the other way to use Socrative that I really like is a quick question. Say if you're in class and having a discussion with the class and you throw out an answer. It can either be a multiple choice, true, false. This sample I gave is a true, false. You ask them a question. Instead of them shouting the answers, this shows that you started the quick question. On the student side, they just get a response, a choice to respond, true, false, and they start submitting their answers. And immediately the teacher can see how many students answered which way and how many have answered altogether. If you have any questions about Socrative, on their website, they have a help section. If you click the help button, there's some top searches, and one of those is the frequently asked questions. And those questions are things like class sizes and firewall settings and many questions. I liked playing around in Socrative. My favorite part of it was the quick questions. I think that would be the most useful in a classroom. Socrative's been around for a while. It was founded in 2010, but in 2014 it was acquired by Mastery Connect. The only issue I had was occasionally when I tried to get on, I kept getting this error message. But other than that, once I could get it to open, I found that the app was very useful, and I think that teachers, especially those in classrooms that have where each student has an iPad, I think the quick question section would be very helpful. Hope you enjoyed my presentation.